Hi Flosstube family and welcome. My name is Sabrina and my Flosstube channel is Lady Marmalade in Stitches. I'd like to welcome you all here on this rainy Melbourne day, and we've had rain for the past couple of days, quite a lot of rain, and it's still quite muggy, and it is what it is. You just have to make do with it. I'd like to welcome all my returning subscribers and all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. It just means the world to me. Your support, your comments, your likes, it's everything. It really makes me want to keep filming for you. And I know I do it for me as well, because I love doing this. I really do, because I love cross stitch and I really enjoy showing you what I stitch on. It's just great. So today is it's Sunday. I'm going to have to look at the date because I forgot to check. It's Sunday the 10th of November and it's around midday here. It is overcast, but I do have a nice big window here and I can see the light is filtering through, so it should be okay. Now you may notice that the background is different. I've changed it up. So what I've done is I've placed all of my diamond paintings on this wall here, and they're facing my diamond painting table. My amazing partner has placed this shelf up here, and I'll just fill it up with little, cross stitch things. I've got this plant here. It's not real. I didn't want a real plant in here, but I wanted a bit of greenery. So I'm really happy with how it's turning out. It's my little cross stitch nook, and you can also see how it develops as time goes by. You'll notice I still have my tiered tray, which I'll slowly fill up with things. I have my shelves, which have got my DMC on bobbins. I also have, which is new, and this was purchased from Etsy. My children bought it for me for Christmas because I asked them to. It comes from Italy actually, and my daughter messaged me and said, "Mum, you know this comes from Italy." She's all excited. I said, "Yes, darling, I know it does." So I've just placed, that's just got the one hole, and I've just placed one of my good scissors in there, and this is from Stitch and Button Vicky. I bought this from her shop. She's got some really beautiful scissor fops. So that lives up here now. And I just love that that scissor holder. It's just so unique. It's just a beautiful design. So today I'm just going to look at my notes just as a reminder. Well, I worked on 8 whips. I've got 2 finishes which I finished last month. Some of you may have seen it on Instagram, so I'll show you those. I have a couple more new starts, and I'll go through that as well. We have, and a shout out and lots of purchases. I'll leave the purchases till the end, so if you're not interested you can just switch off. And but if you do like watching purchases as I do, yeah, I know it's not a good thing. You always see something that you want, and it just adds to your list of things that you'd like to acquire. So that'll be left towards the end. Now, what have I been doing this? It's been just under a month since I filmed. Last time I filmed my whip parade at around the same time in November. Now, I've been away in my new caravan, and we went away to a place called Echuca. Now, Echuca is a rural city which is situated just along the Murray River. I know you may not, the Australians will know, but if you want to have a look at Echuca, it's a beautiful place, and I just loved it. I had such a wonderful time. The weather was warm. Really enjoyed the caravan, so that was great. And came back, probably had a week of not feeling too well. Once again, it's my insane pain, and also the fatigue was actually quite bad this time. It may have been the heat, I'm not too sure, because it's been a bit humid. It's not normally that humid here, but yeah, I had about a week of feeling a bit crappy, but I'm better now. Feeling a bit tired because we just had family stay over for the past couple of days. I've just been tidying up a little bit, but it was good to see them because they don't live close by, but great to see them nonetheless. So I thought I would just dress up, get ready, do my floss tube. I've had all my items here ready to show you. So what I am going to start with, actually this will be really nifty. This is my very first cross stitch, which I did at high school. I was 17 years old, and my mum's had it ever since, and I asked if I could just borrow it and show you on Flosstube. I don't know what it's stitched on, I have no idea, but I do know that my crosses are going in different directions, and it seems like I've stitched it over 3 threads. Not sure, I can't even remember where I got it from, but this is my very first attempt at cross stitch. As you can see, it was just a repetitive design, and my mother's kept this ever since. There is a stain up there, but I just couldn't get it out. But isn't it great to have something from so long ago? And you can just see my stitches are a bit wonky there, different directions, but you know, it doesn't matter. It's a great memory to have, something like that from so long ago. And I do remember quite vividly stitching this in, it was like an arts class, and there were several selections that you could make of what you wanted to do in there. So I thought, oh, you know, I've always been crafty. I used to knit, I used to sew my own clothes as well. So yeah, no, quite happy with this. It's a good memory. So that'll go back to my mother's house. Another finish that I made, and I finished this last year, so it's just fallen down, so I'm just going to pick some things up. I won't be long. It always happens, doesn't it? Well, you can't help it. There's nothing you can do about it. So now this is from, I found it on an Etsy store called Our Stitching House, and it's called Merry Christmas Advent Calendar. And that's it here, and it's stitched on an 18 count Aida, kind of like a grey Aida, and I've mounted it on here, so I've sewn it up. So that's it there. It probably took me about 6 weeks to stitch this, and there's a lot more stitching than you think. You don't realise. When I saw the pattern, I was like, I can do it in no time. Yeah, whip it up. No. You can't. It really took a long time, but I love the way it's turned out. So that's it there. So what I've used is I bought a fat quarter fabric, and it's just a Christmassy fabric like that, and that's just hung up near my Christmas tree. So that's a finish from last year. Another finish that I did since the Flosstube video is the Biscornu. Not happy with the button, so I think I might actually change the button. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but when I actually put it in, I thought, nah, I'm going to choose something just a little bit different. I'll go through my buttons just to see. So this was from Atelier, which is, their shop is on Etsy, so that's the button. I've changed this because I actually didn't have enough of this thread to really complete the design, so I kind of changed it up a bit, but it's fine. It's absolutely fine. So that's my Biscornu, so I'm quite happy with that. So there's a lot of stitching in that as well. so that can stay there. And another finish I have, which actually I placed on the caravan beds. It sits there now, that's where it lives. And this is my Bothy Threads, My Happy Place. And you would have remembered that I finished this last month, and I had purchased this fabric. So it's just a very neutral fabric because because this is such a bright piece, I didn't want to distract from it. So I chose a very neutral fabric, sewed it up. I had a cushion insert, and so I actually sized it up so that it would fit the cushion insert perfectly. Really happy with that. And that's little Chicka. So Chicka's there as well. So she's included. You couldn't leave Chicka out. So really happy with that. Very happy. So that'll go back in the caravan. Okay, Flosstube Itchy Nose. So what I did is I went through some patterns. So these are all smalls, and I went through some kitted patterns which are smallish as well. Then they're not going to take me very long to stitch. And what I thought I would do is I've decided that I'm going to stitch these up throughout the year, kind of interject them in between my larger projects so that I have a finish, and I probably even have a break from my larger projects because I do have quite a few large projects to work on. So I'm going to show you what I've chosen. So the first one is by October House Fibre Arts, and it's called Earth Flowers. So I'll just make a cushion out of this one here, and that'll probably go up there on the shelf. So I'm going to do that one there. The next one I'm going to do is by Hands-On Design, Humble Honey. I actually really like the way they've done that. I do have some checkered, is that called checkered, or it's not tartan, checkered fabric still amongst my stash, so I'm going to do something like that. I haven't decided what type of fabric I'm going to use, but it will be some sort of Aida. That's what I predominantly use, so that'll be another small start. The next one I've chosen is by Little House Needleworks, and it's called A Stitcher's Heart. This is beautiful. I love this one. Can we see? Just a little bit of glare. So I'm going to stitch that like that. I've got some ribbon that I can actually scrounge up, I don't know the right wording for it. So I'm going to do that as well throughout the year. I just had so many of these little patterns, I thought it's time to take them out and just do them. The next one is by Brenda Gervais, I Collect. I love this one. The first time I saw it, I thought, oh yeah, gotta have that. So I've got heaps of buttons as well. I just love the way she's done. You can see she's actually threaded the way she's done those bobbins. It's so clever. So I'm going to do that. Don't know if I'll do the wording, but I'll think about it. I will do the scissors because they look just great. I'll think about it when I do start it. The next small that I'm going to do, I've actually purchased a frame off Amazon for this one here, so it will fit. I've already measured it considering that I will use 18 count Aida, and it's Hummingbird by the Victoria Sampler. So I'll be doing this one here. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. I will do the writing Hummingbird. I think that's appropriate. And I've bought a square frame like that as well. Similar, not identical, but similar. So that too will sit up the top there. The next one I'm going to do is by the Prairie Schooler, and it's called Prairie Seasons. I've had this sitting in my stash probably for about 2 years. I'm going to change up some of the colours and just brighten it up a bit more. So, and I haven't decided what type of fabric I'm going to use, but I have purchased I've purchased a frame with 4 sections, so they're going to fit in there, and I've also calculated this on 18 count Aida. So they will be, I will change colours on here and just, you know, according to the season. I may even choose a fabric that might, that is right for the season, or I might use one that's a bit more neutral and just change up the colours so they fit the season. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to play around with that one there. The next one is by Waxing Moon Design. It's called Love Sweet Love. Very simple. That is really nice. I do like that. So what I've decided to do is I have this 18 count Ada, and I have, this is DMC Etoile, which is white, so it's going to have a bit of a sparkle. So I'm going to do them like that, but I'm going to do them all in a row instead. At least I think I am, because they're going to be small, so I think maybe all in a row. I might decide to do a flat fold or maybe even frame it. Not too sure at this stage, but that's what I'm going to do. The next small, and I do call this small because compared to my other projects, they're quite small. Now this one here is by Modern Folk Embroidery, and it's called Ruskin's Penguins. They're cute, aren't they? They're lovely, so cute. Love the border as well. So what I've done is I have purchased from Roxy Floss Co. Sorry for the they're in a bag, so I'm just going to take them out. I'm really sorry for the sound. I'm sorry. Ooh, I hope it's not hurting your ears. So I have purchased enough to work 2 strands over 1/8 square. So they're the colours there, and that's my fabric. So this is a 16 count Glacier Ada fabric from Picture This Plus. So it's going to go on here. So that's my plan with that one there. Really excited about that. The next one is it has been sitting in my stash for quite a while as well, and I've decided I really need to get it done. It's so beautiful. It's once again from Modern Folk Embroidery. So the so the threads were Roxy Flosser from Evertote, a Canadian company. This is also purchased from Evertote, and it's called the Moonshine Cabin. So that's the pattern there, isn't it lovely? So I purchased all the Roxy Floss Co. So I've had this just kitted up for quite a while. One more. So I'm just going to sort this out so that you can see it properly. So they're the colours, and that's what is called for as well. And I've purchased a charcoal Ada, so it's not black, it's charcoal. So I'm going to stitch that. That's what it's going to look like. So that's not a black, it's a charcoal. So that's another start that I will pick up. Don't know when, but at some stage throughout the year I'll pick that one up. Now the last one, let's pull this one out. Now this is by the VIVSTER, and you can find her on Etsy. Now I'm going to leave all this information down below in a drop box, so if you are interested, the information will be there. And so by VIVSTER, it's called Cross Stitch Quaker Australian Flag. So that's it there. You can't, there is a light grey, but you can't see the light grey because the printer just doesn't really show up. So I think that I have decided what fabric I'm going to use. And what I'm going to do is, I think that I would just do a little test piece. So this is 18 count country mocha. That's it there. They're the colours. But what I don't have here is I am going to stitch all the white in between. So it's going to be almost, come on, how's that? It's going to be almost like a full coverage. So all the white will be stitched. I don't have the white, but I do have a stash of white thread. I think it's Blanc or something like that. So I'm thinking this will be the fabric that I use for this. And the reason I've chosen this is that I thought that the white and the red popped quite nicely. And I'm hoping that that's the case when I do start. So they're my planned more new starts. Now remember, I can change my mind. It's not fixed. Things happen in life. I may get to some, I may not get to some, but it's kind of a plan. I'm thinking about it. It's ready, and so when I feel like starting a new one, I can just choose one and I can just pick it up and start it. All right, so let's move on to the WIPs. So I have 8 WIPs that I have worked on. I thought I would work on a bit more in a month's time. It's been almost a month, but remember I've had about a week where I just couldn't stitch at all. When I'm like that, it's just impossible. Unfortunately, it's just one of the things that I have to put up with from my chemotherapy. It's just done that damage to my body. All right, first one is ink circles. Another year creeps by. I just love this. I am having so much fun stitching this. Now this is stitched on wispy 18 count unlined dye. It's just a dye. I think I bought this on the Stash Unload. I started this in October of 2023, and all the threads that I'm using are the called for threads. So I decided, I fixed up, if you remember, I had an error and it was kind of just sitting there waiting for me to go through it and fix the error up. So I did, I fixed it up, and I've done 2 months worth, and that's it there. Isn't it lovely? It's so nice. I love the colours. Colours are so beautiful. So that they're all stitched with classic colour work, and it's just one DMC because I didn't have that one, but that's okay. So they're all your classic colour works, lovely bright colours, and they're all the colours. That's it. That's all I use, and I'm just loving this. I think I'll end up getting more than a row done. It took me about 3 days to do one square. Yeah, and they're not 3 full days. It's just 3 days at attempting to stitch. You know, some days I stitch more, some days I stitch less, and it all depends on how I feel. You know, that's how it rolls. All right, the next one, the Lord's Prayer. So the Lord's Prayer, and if you're wondering what I'm looking at, is that I've attached my notes at the back, so that's why I'm looking at the back, because I thought that way I don't lose it. I know where I am. So my big toe, the Lord's Prayer. Now I'm stitching this on 18 count Ada, all the things by Mystic Fabrics, and I started this in June of 2022, so it needs a move on. It needs to be finished. I'm using all the called for threads, which is a needlepoint silk plus one other thread. I've done really well on this one. So I have reached the top of the page. So I've also bought the border up, and this is Hello Be Thy Name. So Hello Be Thy Name, and this is the beginning of Our Father, who art in heaven. So I am right at the top, and you can see the top border. So my plan is to finish, this page goes to about here, so the border will come over. I'm going to finish all this page, and I'd like it finished before the end of the year. So then I've just got one more page left for this. I just love stitching on it, and it's just beautiful. I'm so excited. So I've got 1 and a bit pages left. Can you believe it? It's really huge. I just don't want to take it out of the frame because it's just sitting really well in the frame. All right, the next one I have is MEREJKA, and it's called Christmas Carol. This is my favourite. It's just a beautiful, I love the colours. I love it. So I've been working on this one. I've actually finished all of her. Yes, I finished all of her, and I've started on look, he looks like a boy. I'm assuming it's a boy. It could be a girl. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference. So she's finished, and you can see his face coming up. And it won't be much to finish him off either, but I do have also, I have to do all of that white, the stars and everything. So just to give you an idea, that's where I'm up to. Isn't she looking great? She's beautiful. I love doing this. I have some wonky stitches in her face. I was thinking about pulling it out, but I'll see how I go at the end. What I've realised is that I need to pull my tension a bit tighter on this particular Ada to keep the thread neat and tight, and I didn't do that in the beginning, which is why just over here, because I started on her face, the stitches are just a little bit loose and wonky, but further down they're perfect. I'm really happy with it. So that's it there. All the back stitching is done, so really enjoyed that. So the next one was the Winter Wood Cell by Satsuma Street. I have not finished this. I've kind of slowed down on this. Yeah, it was just taking too much time, and I really struggled with that. I'll be honest, I did struggle with that. If it didn't take so much time, and I just didn't know. I didn't know, you know, I just didn't know. So I've almost finished. I'm in the last section down there. I mean, she's a great designer. It's got nothing to do with her design. She's fabulous. So I want to finish that one. There really isn't much left at all, as you can see. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just a whole lot of mountains and snow tops on the mountains, and that's all it is. And I've just got to fill in the gaps in the border as well. So that's pretty much, that section will be pretty much done. I don't know when I'm going to finish the last section, but the last section is actually my favourite section. There's a gorgeous owl, and there's like mushrooms as well, and I thought, oh, that's my favourite. I will have to do it because it's so good. So the next one, we've got Sunset, and it's by CAROLYN Manning, the Shooting Star collection. So I'm doing the large one there, and this is stitched on 18 count Ada called Blood Orange by The Stitching Spot, and I started this in September of 2022. So I finished one column. I'm down to about here now. I'm almost towards the end of the second column. So I'm making really good progress with this one here. I love stitching on this. Let's just move my needle minder, my hanging threads. So, and something behind it as well. That's the bottom there. So really getting really close to the bottom, as you can see. It won't take long. to finish the bottom, and then I'll do the last column in here. I have purchased something for it, and I will show you when I get to my purchases, because I am going to turn this into a hanging piece like my Christmas one. So I've bought the hanger for it. God, I wish I could verbalize it properly, but it's just not coming to me, so I will show you that. So I've just got to look to see what I have fabric wise, if there is something suitable, and I'm thinking I could possibly just draw from any color. We'll see. I just have to place it next to it. I'll go through my fabrics to see what I have, and if there's nothing that I really like, then I'll just go online and I'll have a look. Okay, my next WIP. Now this is also planned to be a finish, so I will be working on this quite a lot. This is by Lindy Stitches and it's called Shining Fish. And that's it there. So I've actually finished the first and second row, and I am bringing the fishes around. I'm about here, so I've got to bring the fishes right around. So I've been working on this, but I can only work on this during the daylight because of the dark fabric. But the fabric is beautiful. I love it. What kind of fabric is it? Good question. My card's here. Please. Okay, so Lindy Stitches Shining Fish. It's an 18 count Aida called Mystic by Picture This Plus. I started this in January of 2023, and I'm using all the cord fall threads because they are amazing. So this is where I'm up to. Let's put something behind it. So I've been working on this, so I've had to bring the Q snap over. So this is the end of the wording, and I'm working on the fish, so I've got to continue, then I go down, and you have that kind of bit of seaweed down there, and then it goes across. I've got 2 more rows of words as well, so happy with that, and that's coming up beautifully. The fabric is just, I just love the colour of the fabric. It's just absolutely gorgeous it is. And the next one I've been stitching on is by CUORE, BATTICUORE, Pattini d'Argento, or Silver Skates, and I am stitching this on, and I believe it's an 18 count. And what I've done, because it's in a hoop, I started with his head. I worked up, so I've stitched all of that. I've come down, I've finished all the tree. I have finished a little cheeky bird, working on the snow, and then I am now working on the girl. I have chosen a different colour, but I'm sorry, I don't have it with me. I will let you know next time what it is. I just kind of went through my stash, and I wanted something a bit pinky, a pinky red. As you can see, the tree's finished, chick's finished, and I've now started with her. I've made a mistake here, which is why I stopped. I'm going to have to undo all of that. It's a counting error right here where I started with the white. So it won't take long to undo. So I'm going to complete her first, continue with the snow. I'll do a bit of her, a bit of snow, a bit of her, a bit of snow. So that's coming along really well. I'd like this finished for next year, Christmas, so that's the plan. I enjoy stitching on this. It's really good. CUORE, BATTICUORE has got some beautiful, beautiful designs. So I do feel like I'm rushing through it. I hope I'm not. I don't mean to. I am feeling a little bit under the weather, to tell you the truth. I didn't know whether I would film today, but I really did want to. I thought I'll just film and then I'll just, get it all ready and do the uploading for you guys, because you guys rock. You really do. All right, so I've done all of that. I did forget to say the Australian flag that I'm doing, there is a cell So if you want to join us, it doesn't have to be an Australian flag. It can be any flag from wherever you are. We would love to have you join us in this. It's called #2024 Quaker Flag Sale. I'll leave it down below so that, you know, if you do want to join us, please do. It's going to be a lot of fun. VIVSTER, she's just amazing in her designs. Really, really love it. All right, so what I do now, as promised, I would like to do a shout out. And every floss tube that I do, I will choose a floss tuber, just one that I would like to. I enjoy watching, really. And the one that I've chosen, her floss tube name is called Making Things with Strings. Now, she's an under 1,000 sub like me, so it would be great to show her some support. Now, I've written a few things about her because I forget everything. That's just how it goes. So making things with string. Her name is Kate, and she's a Canadian, and she lives on the east coast of Canada. And she's a crafter, she's a knitter, she does some beautiful cross stitches, really nice ones. You really need to see her. She's just finished the Modern Folk Embroidery Sale, the 2023, which is Reaching Skyward. She's completed that, and let me tell you, it looks absolutely amazing. What a great job you've done, Kate. It's really good. She works on long dog samplers. She does a lot of different types works on a lot of different types of patterns. So really worth watching. Show her some support. Head over. I'll leave her details down below as well. But she's my shout out for this floss tube. So that's all done. So next is my acquisitions. I do have quite a few. So it's going to take a little while to get through. This is 2 months worth, maybe even 3, because I had someone order. So, yeah, there's a bit there. I'm just looking at it. It's just in like a carry bag. I'll show you. That's the damage that I've done. Yeah, I'm hopeless, aren't I? Yeah. But anyway. Alright, how are we going to do this? I'm going to sit this up here on the table. I'm just going to move some stuff over. Things are falling, of course, but that's okay. I'll deal with it later. I'm not too worried about it. Alright, now, when I was talking about the CAROLYN Manning, and I have purchased a craft holder. That's the one I've purchased. It's a 30 centimetres, I've measured it. So it's going to be hanging off this one here. And I'll finish it off the same as I did with my Christmas one, and sew a nice backing on it. So that's one of my purchases, so that I can finish the CAROLYN Manning, because I will finish it next year. The next one, and I saw this, a floss tuber had shown this, and I'm sorry, but I can't remember which one it is. I wish I'd written your name down straight away. But if you do know who you are, leave me a note. So this is a rechargeable LED folding craft lamp. And when she showed hers, I thought, what a great idea. I am scheduled, sorry, I gotta fix myself up a bit here. I'm scheduled to go on a couple of retreats next year, and I thought I need something that's going to work and has a good life in it. So I had a look. I wanted something similar to hers, and that's how it packs up. So it'll fit nicely in a suitcase. It opens up like that, and it has 3 settings on it, and has a rechargeable cable that you can recharge it with, you know, on your charging docking stations as you would with your mobile phones and your iPads or whatever. So I bought that, oh God, it's from an Australian shop. Why can't I think of it? JM Embroideries, I think it's called. Can't remember, but if you do want to know, please let me know. Or just Google the name. You can take a screenshot of it. Really good. Happy with that. It's nice and compact, and that's what I wanted. I also bought myself a what do you call this? It's a corder. You create cords. It's really to use as an embellishment around my pillows when I make it. So I decided to buy this so that I can actually create my own. So I haven't used it yet. I just purchased this. It might have been even on eBay, but I don't have the docket. So I bought that. Now, Book of Days, I've received it. Really happy with it. I have my stickers ready. I've also written out a list of all of my projects. I think it might be in the back. Yeah, in the back they have some blank pages. I'll have to add to my new starts, but I've started to fill that out. And what I will is throughout the year, if I finish it, I might just put a highlight against it. But there's my book of days, so I'll be using this. So every time I stitch, I'll just make a note in what days I stitch, just to give me an idea. And if I finish something on a particular day, I will also put a note in it, but I might actually make it stand out, maybe with a sticker or something, some highlighting. So that's going to be really handy. Now, the next thing I purchased, and I spoke about this in my previous floss tube, and this is by MOJO Stitches, but I just wanted to show you how she packaged it up because it's just beautiful. So I'm going to open it up. There's going to be a bit of crinkling, so please forgive me for this, but I just had to show you how well she wrapped it up because she did a great job. So I have purchased the Echoes of Garden Past. It's an antique reproduction sampler. So that's what I'll be stitching. And with that, I have bought from Cascade House, I have bought all of the silks to go with it. So the silks, she's given me a ring and a little decoration there. And I'll be stitching this on a fibre on a whim hand-dyed Ada. It's called Buttermilk, but this is a 20 count. And I wanted a 20 count because I'm going to stitch with one thread over one Ada fabric. So that's it there. So I'll be stitching it on there on the Ada. I can see the 20 count fine, and you think, why can't you see like 32 count? I just can't. I can't tell you why, but I can always see Ada. The Ada squares are just so much easier to see. Don't know. It's my eyes. So I'll be stitching that. It's darker than hers, but I'm okay. I actually thought it was a lighter one when I bought it, but I'm still happy with it. And I've got the threads. So that'll be my new start in 2024. I also purchased, I'll open this up for you. This is Pole Stitches, and it's called Rumbles of Thunder. It's a 14 count Ada. I don't know why I bought 14 count. I don't normally stitch on 14 count. I think I made a mistake. I think this should have been 16 count, but that's okay, because the other ones are 16 count. And I could select 14 by mistake. But it is beautiful. So that's it there. It looks like the clouds in the sky, doesn't it? That's lovely. So I'll pack that away with my other fabrics in my cupboard. I also bought, so this is a 16 count, and I'm pretty sure that's what I've only just realised. I thought that was a 16 count all this time. I don't normally buy 14 count. Doesn't matter. I'll still use it. I'm not gonna waste it. So this is a 16 count, and it's called Celebration of Roses by Pole Stitches. I just wanted to give their fabrics a try, and this was quite interesting. Look at that. Not sure what I'll stitch on it. I'm thinking a Mirabilia would would work well on this. Don't know which Mirabilia, but it was just an interesting fabric. Alright, so the next thing I purchased, and this was from the Stash Unload. This lady was selling her Nora Corbett's and her and some Mirabilias. No, sorry, not this one. This I purchased from JK. Sorry, no, let's backtrack. I do have hers, but this one's from JK's. So I purchased these two patterns. So I've got, that's called Winter Hair. So that one there. Oh, I loved it when I saw it. And Winter Bear. So I purchased these two. I'm just going to, if you don't mind, I'm just going to pop them back in the bag because I just don't want them to get destroyed. And along with it, I bought all of the embellishments. So I asked Janet, JK's, to include all the embellishments. So she's also given me the CAROLYN water lilies for one of them. I mean, she's just gone and she's just had a look. I don't know if you can see all of that, including with the cry neck. So that's for one of them. And this has also got a CAROLYN water lily. Look at that. There. It's got the silver cry neck. It's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, that's going to look fabulous. I'm sure to have a fabric. Sorry, itchy nose. I'm certain to have a fabric for that one as well. So this one I got from Stash Unload. We need to get it right. So this was also a Nora Corbett, which I thought, oh, it was pretty, and she just happened to have the embellishment packs as well. I haven't even taken these out. I've just popped them in there as soon as I received them. So the first one is Nora Corbett, and she's, oh, sorry, I can't see what she's called. Is it Lily Cat, I think? That one there. And, oh, sorry, Lyrical. And I've got the embellishment pack for her as well. What I've decided to do, because I seem to have quite a few embellishment packs now, is I've made room in one of my drawers just down there, and I'm going to keep all of my Mirabilia Nora embellishment packs there. So they're all together, because I do have a few of them. So the next one, now, right, so this was just another one I bought, and that's called Harmony, and it's NC157. So I bought her. She didn't come with an embellishment pack, and I'm just going to take this, I'm sorry, all this packaging. And I also purchased Melody. So that's her, and she came with an embellishment pack. So I bought her as well. I'm just going to pop her back in a bag. They're going to come up really well. I know I've got a lot. So I decided, I was watching a Flosstuber, and why can't I think of her name? It's just, I've drawn a blank again, and I do watch her all the time. can't think of it. She has started a full coverage by the same designer. It's by Contemporary Cross Stitch, and it's called Full Moon, and it's a mini. So it's a 300 by 301. So I've decided to do the mini. I won't do a big one. I just know that I won't finish it. I haven't bought any fabric or anything. I just bought the pattern. So at some stage when I decide I want to do it, I'll do it. That's beautiful. I just love the colours in there. It's just magnificent. I did see the mock-up of the mini and I was actually happy with it. I think it'll turn out really well. It's just beautiful. It's kind of a bit blurry anyway because of, you know, the way it's been painted. Now I bought a bag. I'm just going to take these out so you can see them. I bought a bag and it's by the Stitch Toolbox, and she's on Etsy, and when I saw it I had to have a look at that. Oh, that is just beautiful. Had to grab that. It is really well made, really well made. And I thought, whilst I'm grabbing this, because that was from overseas, I thought I would grab needle minders. And these are wooden ones, and I bought the owl. So I'm really happy with that. And it looks like she's given me, oh, these are floss holders and some tea as well. That was really nice of her. And I'll show you her card. So if you want to take a look, that's her card there. So I'm really happy with that. I'm thinking that I'm going to put in my MOJO stitches in here. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm just going to put MOJO stitches in there. All right, moving on. I purchased, just to add to my birds of a feather, this is called Spring Garden. And I bought this on Etsy. You can buy this anywhere anyway. And I also purchased Bloom Where You Are Planted. Isn't that beautiful? I really like that. I love the colours. And that looks just like a small, I'm thinking. I haven't actually had a look. I also purchased from Lily Violette, it's Creazioni Appunti Colorati Bianco Natale, which is white Christmas. I really liked that when I saw it. That's so pretty. That's just a PDF that I purchased off her Etsy store. I also bought, I bought this because I really like it, but I don't know if I'm going to start it next year. Modern Folk Embroidery, No Time Like the Presents. It is a sell, but I just wanted to have the pattern in case I decide to start it at some stage. I get the desire. But looking at what I'm starting, I just don't think I'll have the capacity to start it, but it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter. I saw a Flosstube stitching this and I thought, wow, this is beautiful. This is really me. This is the drawn thread and it's called the Autumn Garden. Just look at those colours. Wow, that is just beautiful. I would like to start that one. I love the flowers. You see the flowers in the house. That's beautiful. Well, really, really well done. And this is Vicky from Stitch and Buttons fault. She was stitching the, I think it's the American one. It could even be one of the States. And she said, oh, there's an Australian series. So this is, the designer is Mike Vickery and it's by Pegasus Publication. And it's the Australian Continent series. Look at that. I just had to buy this. I just wanted to keep it. Yeah, this is her fault. She said, oh, there's an Australian one. And I was like, oh, what? And I just went on my iPad and I managed to find one. And also what I'll do, so I'm going to pull this one out. I bought this on the Stash Unload. It's an old gold collection. It's called Barrett's Fudgia Sunset. It's I'm just trying to see, 16 count Dove Grey Ada, and it's a bit tattered, but it's an old one. And I just love these scenes. I just think they're just beautiful. So I purchased that on Stash Unload. I'll just open it up for you. So the original package is gone, but that's okay. She said everything should be there. They're the threads with the thread holder and okay. And that's your Dove Grey 16 count Ada. It comes with it, so everything's there. Even if it's not in its original packaging, I don't expect it to. I wonder if I can see what year it's from. It'll be from the 90s, a bit like my Santa one. Oh, they're just fantastic. I have good memories from the 90s. The 90s were my year. I am showing my age, but yeah, I am getting older. So, I wonder if I can find a year on this. No, there isn't. Oh, there is. 1995. Yes, 1995. So, there you go. That's gorgeous. It cost me a bit, but you know, it's a very hard to find pattern. Alright, I also purchased, I'll grab these two. This was also from the Stash Unload, and it's Marty Bell's Love Bird Cottage, and it's adaptation by Melissa Dane Garrison, and it's a kit. See, I seem to go for the same type of designs. I just love them. I'm drawn to them. I really am. And Marty Bell, he's good. I've got his pattern as well. Comes with all the threads. 14 count Ada. So that's everything there. If you think I've bought a lot, you're right. I have probably bought too much, but I've stopped buying now. I'm on a no buy. I have more and more than enough to last me. So this one was also on the Stash Unload. It's called the John Stubbs edition, and it's called the Barn Owl. I just love this. This is so gorgeous. You know, and once again, it's the type, it's the way it's been painted or drawn, it's the colours, and that just attracted me. I was just attracted to it. And it's on Swagard Ada 14 count. I'll just show you some of it because the pattern's just there. So that's your 14 count Ada. And it's your pattern there. And there are a few others. I wonder if I can just move the needle. Yeah. There are other ones that you can find. And once again, if you have any questions about anything that I've shown you, please send me either an email or just send me a comment. I'll be more than happy to answer it. I also purchased the Winter Moth by Kathy Barrick. And that's quite pretty. Once again, there was another floss tuber stitching it, and it just looks so good. And I'll probably do it on a neutral fabric as well, because I do want that black and white to stand out, and I think it's important. And I purchased that from the Cruel Goblin, and that's here in Australia, and the details are just there. And what else have we got? not much left. I bought this on Etsy and I can't think of it. I'll leave the information below. I just wanted all the set of Stitch WIPS. So I bought Winter Cometh, Winter, is that what it says? Cometh. And then I bought Spring Awakens, Autumn Provides, and I have summer already, so I just wanted all the set because I really like those. So they'll go away in my folder with all of the patterns. Are you bored yet? I hope not. I hope it's not too long. I hope I haven't lost you. I really hope so. Now I have found an Italian designer called CAROLYN, and I've purchased some of his patterns, which I think are just really, really pretty. So this one's called The Four Seasons. Bring it up a bit closer. So I bought that. I purchased Round Toys number 3. And I also purchased, I think it's called Housed. I thought that was quite interesting. And I bought Essence e Profumi. This was the second hand, so there's a bit of writing on it, but that doesn't bother me. That's really pretty. I like that one. So I purchased those, and we're getting towards the end, so please hang on. I didn't realise I purchased so much. I'm going to have to put these all away. I just thought this was quite interesting. It's called Roshach from Samsara Design Studios. I thought that was really pretty. And it comes with the buttons as well. Oops, I showed the pattern, sorry. I thought that was really pretty. I've all completed the same as that. And this I purchased on Stash Unload. These are probably hard to come by charts. So when I saw them, I thought, no, I do want these. Sorry, I'll let them to pull the paper over. Okay. So I bought another Birds of a Feather called Our Wedding. It's pretty. I like Birds of a Feather. And I bought another Charlie Harper. I've already completed one of his. And when I saw this, oh yes, I've got to have another Charlie Harper. He's so good. I love his designs. I'm actually thinking of doing that one there. Yeah. So, that was a long one, wasn't it? I didn't realise how much stuff I bought. Oh my God. But you won't be seeing a lot from now on. I'm pretty much going to stop there, and I'm going to start using what I have in stash. I've bought new patterns, I've bought new kits, I've bought so much stuff. I need to put it all away as well. So if you've reached the end of my Flosstube, thank you so much. Thank you for visiting my channel. Thank you for your support, and it's just great. This will be my last Flosstube for this year, and you'll see me in January, probably in about a month's time as well, because that tends to work well with me. But I've noticed that I'm just over an hour. So have a wonderful Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Take care if you're driving. Take care on the roads. Enjoy your family, and yeah, just look after yourself. So bye from me.